Morning, everybody. Welcome to this session of Business Bitesize. It's the time of year when we're all thinking about goals, but I will say that we should be thinking about goals all year round, really, and monitor them, keeping them under review. What I want to talk about today, though, in terms of goal setting, is three things which I think will make your goal setting much more powerful and also lead to much more impactful outcomes. So, as I say, three things to think about as you're pondering goals for the next 12 months, and just take you through those three things. So, number one, is to set the outcome goal. So, this I think we find relatively easy. It's perhaps the easiest part to understand. So the outcome goal is the thing that we're trying to achieve. It's the big goal, if you like. And it might be something like increase sales by 20% or increase sales by 500,000, or it could be related to increasing profit, could be related to reducing costs. But these are the things that we want to achieve. And as I say, I think these are where we start here. And we usually find this relatively straightforward to do. What we need to do next, though, is set some process or activity goals. So what the outcome goal will lead us to think about is actually how we're going to do that. So if the goal is to increase sales by 20%, that necessarily leads into a question, how are we going to do that then? And that's the way to tell the difference, I think, between an outcome goal and an activity or process goal. So then we need to build some process goals off the back of our outcome goal. So these are really activity goals. And I think you end up with probably 3 to 5 of these, no more. I'm a big fan of the number 3. So for each outcome goal, we really want to split that then down into, say, 3 process goals that we're going to undertake to achieve the outcome. So if we're talking about increasing sales, what we need to do is start looking into our sales process. And I'd encourage you just to break the whole process down into its constituent parts, and then have a think about which parts of the process are working, which are not. And the parts of the process that we need to improve or change will give you a clue as to what your process goals will be. So an example of an activity or process goal may be to say spend an hour a week researching on target prospects. So that's a clear activity which is likely to make a contribution towards achieving the ultimate outcome goal. So activity really is breaking what we're going to do into how we're going to do it. So they are quite specific activities and should be related to the process. So again, another example related to sales, maybe let's spend 2 hours a day making sales calls. So it's really sort of detailed activity that we want with those process goals, and it'll be things that you aren't necessarily doing at the moment, that you need to improve or increase that activity, because that is what's going to make a contribution to achieving the goal. I will say that if you've listened to me before, you know this is something popular with me. You also need to look at the things that you need to stop doing. So a thought that popped into my head related to sales was networking. So I often talk to people about they go to lots of networking events but don't really get any work out of it. So we either need to be smarter at those networking events, or maybe we need to set a target that says to attend no more than 1 networking event a week. So a process goal might actually be to reduce something, not to do more activity. And as I said, I know this is something that I'm quite keen on. I think we're always looking to do more all the time. Effectively, we have to free up some space to do more things by not doing other things. So those are the goals. So outcome goal, process goals. The third part of the process really is about accountability. So actually, how we're going to hold ourselves accountable to our goals. And I think as leaders, as managers, heads of teams, part of our responsibility is to keep the team accountable. And we can hold ourselves accountable by being accountable to our team, certainly if we have goals that are shared with the team. But actually, often we need to go beyond that. We may need a coach or a mentor that's helping to hold us accountable too. But the key thing there is about sharing. So I mentioned the word sharing with the team, and the research shows the way to get greater, better results is to actually share your goals with somebody that you trust, and then update them with progress. So you need to find somebody that you can share your goals with, and you need to set up a system, another activity, a process goal, if you like, to update them on a regular basis. So with we use a technology with the clients I work with, so they can update us online through the portal as regularly as they like. That's often weekly, and then we have a monthly catch up, typically using Zoom, just to touch base again face to face, and then have a conversation around how the activities are progressing and how the results are moving us towards the ultimate goal. So I think those three things, if you're thinking about goal setting over the next couple of weeks, for the next year, those are the three things, fundamental things that you need to get your head around. You need a clear outcome goal. You then need to set some process goals, the activities you're actually going to undertake to deliver the outcome. And then you need to set up some accountability loops by sharing those goals with somebody that you trust, and then setting up an activity to update them on a regular basis. And from my own experience, working with a range of clients, business clients, we find that this is very powerful. It does tend to mean that you're achieving your goals either more quickly or more consistently, and obviously that has a big impact on the overall performance of the team and the business. So good luck. There's some tips for you in terms of goal setting. If you involve those three things in the process, they will just be more powerful. Good luck.